So this is a topic that a lot of people were tiptoeing around lately. They haven't been one to address, so I wanted to just go at it. With Ryan Garcia, I'm gonna just come out and say it. I feel like the energy behind the promotion, as far as him and his career and everything else, is being geared towards him possibly replacing Canelo as a guy they want to have as face of boxing. And the reason why I say that is because at this point right now, even with the views he's brought in, the sales, pay-per-views he's done with Tank and Haney, that's the only two pay-per-views he's done. With those views, those are still valued, and the popularity is valued very, very high. Very high. So probably other things as well, but as far as those, it has to be the reasons. But those are valued high as far as in his career over a Benavidez possibly, or Virgil Ortiz possibly, or even a Van Rodriguez at this point right now. Because I was gearing more towards those guys possibly getting dates, like who's going to get dates when Canelo's done with them and moves on. I was leaning towards those guys, but it seems like the boxing media and public are leaning more towards Ryan Garcia being the guy who can step in and make that happen. That's not something I was looking at first or was thinking about, but as time goes on and what I'm seeing, seems like that's the case, to be honest with you. That Ryan Garcia is the guy that they definitely want to replace Canelo. All the time we've known that Ryan Garcia was going to be the guy who had the biggest fights and the biggest names since he's stepped on the scene. We've known that already. Even when Teofimo Lopez was doing this thing with Lomachenko, we still knew that Ryan Garcia was still looked at as a certain caliber of fighter. But to be the guy at this point right now, to put their eggs in his basket, as far as we don't know if he's going to be like, bro, I don't know what's going on out here, but the trust in him is unbelievable. I never seen a boxer. It's like he's doing things some things that Adrian Broner hasn't even done. And people are looking like, yeah, he'll be all right. Like, bro, why don't y'all look at it the same way you'll look at Adrian Broner when he's like in and out of trouble? Because I don't understand that. But they're trying to push him as a face. He's already got endorsements and everything else. But as far as replacing Canelo over those boxers, it's other Mexican boxers that's just done more. They're champions. He's not a champion yet. I don't understand that. I don't understand what's going on. He's not a champion yet. He's on a card full of guys who's beat Lomachenko. He has guys who's beat Lomachenko in championship fights on his undercard. You gotta think about that. So of course he's getting pushed as a person that will replace Canelo. He's the only person that weekend that's Mexican or American. That's the A side. The A side especially, that's going to be headlining that weekend. And that's Cinco de Mayo weekend. So the writing's on the wall. I just hope everybody knows that. The writing is definitely on the wall. I don't know who's scheduling these fights like this, but writing's on the wall, man. Somebody's put that down like, yeah, make that happen. Which is wild in a lot of ways. It is. Because as I've said before, that's why a lot of these people want to fight a Tank Davis and a Canelo. Even when you lose, you still bring value to the sport more than a regular guy who's just a champion. More than a Bam Rodriguez. Even at most cases of even a Benavidez, a lot of people. And this man hasn't been a champion. So sometimes when people bring up belts and stuff, I'm like, They'll be like, but this guy's a champion. Yeah, but Ryan Garcia is not a champion, and so how much weight should we really put on being a champion these days? Or it's gonna go back to where it's not really too much weight being put on it. I don't know. But that's just my observation of things. I'm not out here making conspiracies or whatever. The man's fighting the main event. I'm not. This is not no conspiracy. He's fighting main event over all the other talent. There's a lot of talent that's fighting close to that weekend, or just not even that. Like, come on, let's be real. We know what time it is. We know what's going on. He fought 2 weeks before the last Cinco de Mayo, so he's been fighting close to Cinco de Mayo for a while, and he's doing the biggest numbers. But we'll see. It's a reason he's headlining. That's all I got. Like and subscribe.